I'm Tim Hollman. I'm a 30-year-old mechanical design engineer. I'm the lead designer for gas turbine engines. We make engines that go in commercial aircraft that you guys fly on every day. We make fighter jets, we make helicopters, the engines that go in all those. At work, we're real nitty-gritty. We got all the computer-aided design. We have the ANSYS, all kinds of finite element analysis. Just working under the computer all day. Then we get out, we get the parts, we check them out, make sure they all go together, and then we do testing in the back lot. So that's a lot of fun. But at work, I'm playing with a thou here and there, and it's like the thickness of your hair, and that's just a little too detailed. Sometimes I like to come home. That's where I really play with my projects. For example, I love motorcycles. I used to race motocross, go out to the track, just go out, have a good time, give it hell on the track, see how fast I can get. Take these bikes out, just had them out to Chuckwalla Raceway last weekend, run them till I blow a motor. Blew a rod bearing on this, pushing it a little too hard in the back straight, tore it apart, rebuilt it. I'm out there again the next weekend. Some of these bikes, these dirt bikes, I like to go down to Mexico, have a good time, but I don't want to buy a new bike. I want to know how they work. I want to know how they go together. So I just buy boxes of parts. I got parts, I got chains, I got heads, I got everything, all the little stuff you need. And then I make the bike, And then at the end of the day, you got these. I got 2 working bikes. I bought 3 boxes of bikes. Dirt cheap, no one wants them, throws them away. I put them together, I like to see how they work. Another thing I'm real passionate about is cars. So I didn't want to go out and buy a car, maybe something I could put a big motor in, put a nitrous kit, whatever. I decided to build one from scratch. So I got a kit, I got a frame, I got a body, I got some a motor, just a block, built it up, had this torn down, put a bigger crank in. It's a stroker motor now, stroked out to 347, larger rods, more powerful, bigger piston. Different cam, everything had to come together, see how it all goes together, blueprint it out that's going to run, give me the kind of power I want, the reliability I need, and make one complete package. Did more than just the motor. I did the suspension design, had to weld up my own, fabricate my own brackets, cutting things out with a torch, welding with MIG welding mostly, some arc on real big stuff. Had to learn how to do the interior work, wrapping seats. All the electrical. This is a computer-controlled vehicle, so I just have boxes and boxes of electrical, soldering everything up, figuring out the circuits, everything down to self-canceling blinkers. I had to get parts from 3 different vehicles to find something that I could make work just the way I wanted it. Now I got a complete vehicle that I drive, go out, have a good time, about ready to take this one to the track too, so I can get it racing. The passions of mine started way back in high school. I'm before high school, doing RC cars, playing with boats. I made airplanes, wanted to fly them, crash them, rebuild them, learn everything I could about them. It wasn't anything technical, just playing with them. And then moved on. I went to college, and that's where I got kind of competitive with it. I learned a little bit about an indirect drivetrain competition. And of the 4 years I entered, I won 3 years in a row. The best part of it is that the reason I didn't win the 4th year is the previous years, each time they made new rules of what you can't do anymore. Because I made these crazy contraptions that scared people a little bit, but they got out there, they got the job done, and they won. I started off with 2 car frames, 70-foot long contraption, 2 car frames connected with I-beams that would open and close with hydraulic ram that I got from a junkyard, and built an engine up to run them, just slinky down the road, back and forth. And after that, I went out with a pendulum-powered vehicle. I took like a big hammer. I had a 55-gallon barrel made on a big A-frame that I had to weld up. The barrel was pulled back. When it would swing forward, the whole car would jump forward, swing back, load up the suspension, then you knew you had to hold on because it was about to go forward again, and it all started over. This is my pride and joy. This was my 3rd win of the competition. This one, real proud of it. Took a design from the electronic screen, put it down on paper, went out to the workshop, used a plasma cutter to cut out the sheet steel, rolled it up on a 3-pin roller, MIG weld everything together, and have this final product. From the engine itself, the super elaborate fuel system, needle valve, propane tank, the bike I had some help from, but stripped down, got it going, and ended up with the final product that gets the job done and is a hell of a lot of fun. Other interests, things like I like wakeboarding and kiteboarding. Always interested to see what I can learn in any avenue. So for example, kiteboarding, I wanted to make a slightly different kiteboard than everyone else. So I hand laid the fiberglass, I made the fins shaped myself, the cores to make stiffness in different areas, tips that could flex. It's a big board for light wind conditions we see in San Diego, but it flexes a lot, so you get good pop off the wake, but the tips flex to absorb the chop in a heavy day. You know, something that is just a little different than what was on the market. Just wanted to try making my own. So really when it comes down to it, I got to drive, not just to go out and compete in different competitions, but I got to drive to know how everything works, how I can make it. You know, I don't feel I really understand something until I pulled it apart, made one myself, got it together, and from there, guys, sky's the limit. Appreciate your time listening. Hope I meet your criteria for competing in your top engineer program, and it's time for me to take this project out of the laboratory and do some road testing.